Hey guys, welcome to Single, where I talk about anything that I want, and this time we're going to talk about some news here regarding Yoshi P's statement, and it's about the illicit activities that went on in the Omega Protocol, the new Ultimate in Final Fantasy XIV, and I just want to read over pretty much all of this so that you guys don't have to, and basically understand what Yoshi P is trying to tell us, and see if we can stop doing some of this stuff. I mean, I understand people use third-party tools, but hey, let's read what Yoshi P has to say. Hello, this is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV. Following the release of the Omega Protocol Ultimate with patch 6.31, there has unfortunately been information concerning instances of unfair play identified within the community. A little bit of a mess up there. I would like to take the opportunity to share information on our investigation and actions in this matter. So Yoshi P has been informed by whoever that there has been foul play or third party or cheating, basically, regarding the use of third-party tools, investigating use and enacting penalties. We are aware of information that is being spread regarding the use of third-party tools within the Omega Protocol Ultimate. We are conducting an investigation on the matter, including review of reports we have received, as well as self-confessions and other information. Self-confessions? So people are telling on themselves, or is that what I'm getting at? They're receiving reports and self-confessions. I was not expecting people to just turn themselves in. Do people feel guilty or something? I don't know. In the event that we confirm the use of third-party tools through the investigation, we will enact penalties such as temporary account suspensions, or permanent account bans to those involved. Permanent account bans. Wow. Okay. However, details on any punishment enacted will not be publicized. This has been the case in other similar instances. This is not a result of any desire to hide punishments given, nor is it to make it seem as though punishments are not given. It is because of a firm belief that penalties such as this are enacted against an individual as part of our operation, and is therefore not information which should be publicized. Your understanding on the matter is greatly appreciated. So basically they're saying that this is our business, we're going to take care of it, nobody needs to know who's being banned, and, just move on, play your game. I can understand that. A lot of people are very nosy. They want to know who did what, obviously, all the time, but I can understand this. When other instances of unfair play were identified during previous Ultimate raids, we enacted penalties at that time as well. If an investigation is carried out and the facts are confirmed, we have not and will not overlook this kind of wrongdoing. So, if you guys don't know, in the last Ultimate, with I believe it was like the Dragon Song Ultimate, there were people who did cheat and use third-party tools. In fact, there was a couple who were streaming it and got banned on the spot. Now, I'll talk about the use of third-party tools perhaps at beyond the end of this, and we'll have a discussion with that. Regarding the prohibition use of third-party tools, as I mentioned previously, the terms of service of Final Fantasy XIV state that the use of third-party tools is strictly prohibited. This has always been the case and will continue to be so, and unless announced otherwise, there are no plans to enact any changes. I've come across posts from individuals that say things along the line of Yoshida allows the use of third-party tools, so it's fine to use them. However, let me make it clear that I have never permitted the use of these tools. You may find information below from past posts and live streams which outlines my stance and policies surrounding third-party tools. So, what a lot of people used to say back in the day, and they continued to say back in the day, because I believe Yoshi P even had like a DPS meter on his screen at one point during a live stream. I'm not really too sure if that's like 100% true or if that's some sort of Mandela effect that we are all believing, but and I would love a link to see that being true. But Yoshi P has stated numerous times that third-party tools is not allowed. And the whole entire thing within the community is like, oh, just don't talk about it. Don't show it on stream. Like, he doesn't know what you're doing beyond the monitor. He cannot detect that you are using third-party tools. But if you're going to go ahead and live stream it, you're going to oust yourself. So just don't do it. Like, no matter what, if you are caught using third-party tools, you are basically donezo. I think it was like in the regards of like the DPS meter though, that most of it was being ignored in some point of parts because of like MMO culture, but I think after some point, you know, he had to put his foot down. So, regarding the illicit publicizing of post-clear cutscenes, we have confirmed that a video showing the cutscene that plays upon clearing the Omega Protocol Ultimate at a time before the fight has been cleared was posted on video upload sites. So I believe somebody probably like data mined the cutscene of when you beat it, because I don't think anybody has beat it yet. We conducted an investigation on this matter and discovered the cause of the issue through sending a cleverly disguised but illicit information packet from the users, and while on the public game server, it is possible to manipulate the playback condition flag intended for use when replaying cutscenes via the unending journey. As a result, it was possible to play this cutscene via the unending journey, from which a video was then recorded and posted publicly. I wish to apologize that our measures to counteract these illicit packets was insufficient to prevent this occurrence. He's apologizing for something that a lot of people do in the MMO community. Like, World of Warcraft does this all the time, where they just start data mining cutscenes all the time. And I don't know if these people have the same kind of mentality when it comes to MMO culture, but if you're going to data mine any kind of video in a game, I don't know if that's illegal, but that goes against the game itself. You data mine something, you're not supposed to do that. Like I said, I don't know if it's illegal, but I know that it's wrong. Morally standing, I mean, it's wrong in my eyes. Right, you went ahead and looked at something which you're not supposed to look at, and you got it anyway. And I guess it's for the sake of posting it as a video on YouTube, and people might even like to see it. But again, I've seen something like this in the World of Warcraft culture, and I'm not blaming him. Don't say I'm blaming World of Warcraft community or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that, but it's MMO culture that I think that does this though. So this is probably just like people doing what they do, and they're, you know, it's okay, I do it all the time, you know. But this is Final Fantasy, this is Japan, and they are more strict with what they have, and Yoshi P is actually apologizing. Due to other illicit actions which occurred in the past, we had taken steps to adjust the timing at which cutscene resources are applied to the client. But because of the above incident, the cutscene resources became illicitly obtainable, so it was illegal. Okay, even though proper countermeasures had been taken, we will continue to consider additional measures which can be taken and look to strengthen our ability to manage and address these instances. Well, okay, is it illicit? I don't know if this is illegal or anything like that. I'm just saying that they did not like this happening, basically. However, for this particular case, we have identified the character who partook in this illicit action and have enacted a penalty upon the... Oh my god, they already caught the guy. They already caught him. They were like, you did what with our cutscene? Alright, bro, we got you. we got you. Regarding the spread of illicit videos, separate from the above incident, we have also confirmed a small portion of footage that is not possible to record on the public game servers had also been circulating. We have numerous countermeasures in place when it comes to data leaks, including how information is handled, the entering and exiting of content, and video recording. It is suspected that this video originated from an internal source. We are continuing through investigation on this matter as well, and a firm punishment will be given to anyone who identifies as the perpetrator. Now, I don't know what they mean by the footage. I've never seen the footage, nor will I go out and look for it, and I'm not sure if there was like any recordings of something. I just hope that this doesn't mean like the weapons or anything. You know, I don't think the weapons, like how Desperus puts out weapons for the ultimate and puts that out there, I don't think that counts. I think you can probably get that somewhere in the game, maybe like sleeping in the bed or something. I don't think that counts, but I hope he's fine. I hope he's okay. Anybody who's getting caught data mining, basically, yeah, well, the wrath of Japan is about to be brought upon you. I don't know what to tell you. We will continue to enact countermeasures against this, and I want to extend my sincere apologies for actions such as these that put a damper on everyone's enjoyment in progressing through and clearing the content. I will continue to keep this at the top of my mind, as well as work to strengthen prevention measures. So he wants you to have a good time, but at the same time, just don't do anything stupid. Don't data mine, don't cheat, don't use third-party tools. I think you can play 14 without third-party tools or third-party anything. I get that people have their wants, but we'll talk about that after we read this in closing, which is pretty long here. In closing, extremely disappointing for me personally to see this commotion surrounding third-party tools once again in the wake of what happened with Dragon Song or Prize Ultimate. Yeah, we just talked about that. As an individual who is entrusted with full supervision of Final Fantasy XIV, it is my responsibility to enact countermeasures and police the use of these tools, as well as educate people not to use these types of third-party tools. This is especially unfortunate when I, as a gamer, am cheering on everyone who is learning this content by trial and error and putting in the effort to clear. So he is watching. Yoshi P and his team are watching the race to clear. He's watching this, and he appreciates people playing the content. But, you know, it dampers his mood when somebody comes in with like a third-party tool and is pretty much ruining the show for probably him and his people. So yeah, he's watching. He is watching the race to clear. He's watching it. Although unofficial, I am, of course, apprised of the first team to clear in the world first race, and we have shown our support for everyone in the community by sharing information on the first clear once multiple clear teams came forth, and exact clear times had been confirmed. However, as announced in a previous statement, I plan to refrain from doing so for the time being. We hear the community voice that an official raid race should be supported and regulation should be decided upon. This is a topic which needs to be discussed internally, so please allow me to keep this as an item for the future. Wait, we here in the community voiced that an official raid race should be supported and regulation should be decided upon. Oh, so they want to be included in these races. Okay, that's something to keep an eye on. Okay, Yoshi, I see you. The Ultimate Raid series is the most difficult battle content within 14, and we release these content after testing that it can be cleared without the use of any third-party tools. However, if the presumption is that this content will be tackled and cleared with the use of third-party tools, then any reason to develop high difficult battle content seems to be lost. It's very difficult for me to understand as a gamer what the meaning behind using numerous third-party tools to clear first would be. So I'll talk about that after this, because I think I understand the reason why. I want to apologize specifically to the many who are continuing towards clearing this content without the use of third-party tools, consistently streaming your progress and continuing the trial and error process. However, please know that the development and operation teams take notice of all your passion. Please be sure to take proper care of yourselves as you continue to tackle the Omega Protocol Ultimate. So yeah, they're watching, and the health of these gamers is what they're looking at as well. If the illicit use of third-party tools is made clear through our investigation, I, at the very least, will not recognize that team as the true world first. Ooh. So there is a bit of a confliction here, or not even a confliction. There's just something someone or some things or some team where they're actually using third-party tools to get past world first, get to world first. All right, here's what I have to say to this. Here's what I have to say. The reason why people use third-party tools or add-ons is because it's kind of MMO culture at this point. You have DPS meters, you have people using things like shaders in their games, and I don't think Yoshi P is looking too much into that. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why he's trying to update the graphics of the game. And then you got people using CactBot. Now, CactBot, I don't think really works unless the entire thing was cleared beforehand to get the information to clear. So that's that. I don't know any other third-party tool that can really like help in this matter or predict what what any kind of boss is going to be doing. I don't know any kind of third-party tool. I'm not really into that. But at this point, you have to start asking yourself, how many times does somebody need to get caught using third-party tools in order to understand that this game right here that we're playing, Final Fantasy XIV, does not allow for third-party tools? How many times does Yoshi P have to put out statement after statement after statement saying, hey, we don't allow third-party tools no matter what people say? It's not that, oh, just don't get caught. No, we do not allow it. If you're streaming yourself with third-party tools, or if you get caught with third-party tools, how about just not using the third-party tools? I would say, I would say it should be common sense at this point, but MMO culture says otherwise, because in a bunch of MMOs, there's always add-ons, there's always third-party tools in use. Like World of Warcraft had it where you probably needed a third-party tool just to get past certain raids, and I believe that you can play World of Warcraft without any add-ons, without any third-party tools at this point in time. But if you're using third-party tools in any case, you're basically getting a leg up over everybody else, honestly, when you do this. And you know what, I'm not really gonna blame people for using third-party tools entirely. I will blame them for uploading it or downloading it and using it, but the idea to use it is probably not entirely on them, because of the MMO culture where using add-ons and third-party tools is kind of like a common thing. And whether or not it started in World of Warcraft or any other game, and it probably didn't even start with World of Warcraft, I've just seen it and felt it in World of Warcraft, because they have an add-on button, and in other MMOs where they have the same thing, where people are using third-party tools to record their DPS and perhaps tell them how to clear a really hard raid easier. I believe that every game can be cleared without cheats, right? They specifically make video games where you don't need to have any kind of add-on or third-party tool to allow for like a clear of a raid or a clear of a dungeon or anything like that. And for whatever reason, in MMO culture, right, it's kind of like the big thing here that we do use third-party tools in order to have an enhanced experience, whether it be shaders, whether it be like a DPS meter or anything like that. It's just in the culture, and it's not like Yoshi P is blind to that. He sees it, he knows it, he just wishes people not to use it, especially when it comes to these hard raids that they painstakingly develop and for people to challenge so that they can themselves see the enjoyment of doing something that's really hard. Now, I myself used to be a pretty hardcore Savage Raider, and I really like taking on hard content because I like figuring out how to beat the content and memorizing, and at the end of the day enjoy going through it and beating it as fast as possible, right? Always, cutting down the time and stuff and seeing if I can do more and more and more and more. But when I see that they're saying that this is illicit, so it's close to illegal, or if not is illegal, then like how many times do we have to get caught in order for people to understand that no, third-party tools is not allowed in this game? I can understand why somebody chooses to use it because of the culture, but if you're told 3 separate times, if not more, that Yoshi P does not support it, and no, he's not just turning a blind eye to things, he notices, right? And whether or not you get caught is up to your luck or just how well you are at hiding the fact that you are using third-party tools. If you're streaming, why do you stream the tools on? You should turn them off. You shouldn't really stream with them on. And if you're detected using these tools, like if something clues anybody off, like a game master or even Yoshi P and his squad, if they detect that you are using any kind of tools, like, hey, I noticed that this weird thing just happened, are you cheating? Well, I mean, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say to you. In any case, that's it. That's going to be the letter from Naoki Yoshida, Final Fantasy XIV's producer and director. He's already stated before in another kind of like a talk with us, when it came to the Dragon Song Reprise Ultimate, we had this talk before, and now he has to sit us down like a fucking dad again and talk about this Ultimate. You don't need third-party tools. You don't need to cheat in order to play and beat this new Ultimate. You can do it on your own grit. I hope people understand this, and the next time this happens again, I hope he doesn't start enacting some sort of anti-cheat tool in the game. I hope to God he doesn't.